In today's video, we have the round 3 review for Supercoach 2022. And it was not a good week. Really bad. We scored 2,055, ranked 33.9k. That's not good. Not good at all. Good news is it's still early. We've left a lot of points on the board. We captained Took this week, fielded Rochelle. A few other things went wrong. A few other plays we don't have. Didn't get Tim English. I think that's a problem. Just going to have to live with it for now. But yeah, really bad week. I don't think we've been in this bad of a spot since we started playing, but I think the team's not terrible. It's okay, but it's just I think we've left a lot of points on the table the past few weeks. With haven't really fielded any of the big the 90+ rookie scores that we got in round 1 and round 2, and then this week again with the Rochelle. So a few things have been kind to us, but yeah, definitely could have done a lot of things better. So get into the team. Already down 5 trades too. That's not great, and probably need to make one more over the next 2 weeks, and then I think we just hold. So as you can see, our trades were, so we traded Gorn to McRae. So effectively, we've gone Steele to McRae, not in the one trade. We never planned to do that, but just the way things have worked out. We wanted to split Steele into Cripps and Lipinski. So I think Cripps you had to get. So it's not the worst, but still. Didn't really want to give up Steele, but just didn't know what else to give up. And then Gorn's ruck time was really bad in round 2. It was back up this week, but I think it's going to be bad at times throughout the year. And he even said on his podcast that he sees Jackson as the #1 ruck. Well, that's what I read. Someone made that comment. So that's for me, that just said I want to cash him in. R2, we're getting smashed by English and Wits owners. I want to make a play here. Bruce is in. That's a play that we can look at. Not the biggest fan of Bruce because of his durability, but I think he's better than Flynn. And I think he's undroppable based on his performance, and he's put a few games together now, VFL and practice and round 3. So that's a play I thought we could make to combat how badly we're losing to English and Wits owners at R2. And we went to McRae, who played on a wing. Oh my god. This always happens. I bring players in. Happened last year. Brought in Ridley, posted his 2 worst scores for the year. Brought in Guthrie, busted his AC joint that game. Brought in Josh Kelly. 5 minutes of owning him, he rolled his ankle. So, I don't know. These things happen. Brought in Hall as well. I will get to Hall in a second. That's his worst score at halfback. So, it was just everything that went wrong. Everything that could go wrong went wrong. So, basically, we traded Gorn to McRae. We had the money there. So, I thought maybe we should go for value. I looked at Petrarca. I wasn't happy with Petrarca's kicking efficiency. It was 50% the week before. It's 50% in the Amy game. So I was thinking maybe that could be a little frustrating at times. Still looks unreal. Probably goes 115, 120 plus still, but just not sure with that kicking efficiency. So didn't worry about Petrarca. Didn't go for Brayshaw because last year we brought in Brayshaw. We brought him in round 5. His time on ground was 81%. For the rest of the year it was like 75, and he got tagged as well. So I think the attention will come to Brayshaw. So I just wanted a bulletproof player. So I thought. So I just thought, well, I guess we'll go for McRae then. Didn't even think about Oliver. Turns out Oliver's going to be possibly a top 3 mid because Petrarca's getting the attention now. So see how that plays out. Yeah, but brought in McRae, and I guess this was my thoughts. I remember in the grand final, I was thinking maybe I shouldn't start McRae because Bevo's stuffed with his role, and then you read stuff like, oh, McRae's not going anywhere, but Baz got CBAs, Treloar got CBAs. Like, I understand why McRae had to play wing in the 4th quarter because they all want CBAs. Like Baz's 4th year now, I guess it's fair to give him some CBAs. So, yeah, I just gotta hope that he doesn't play. Not a captain option for the short term. Vice captain, yes, but I don't feel comfortable captaining him until Bevo gives him his proper role back. So yeah, that worked out poorly. We went Whitfield to Hall. Man, North was so uncompetitive. I've never seen I can't remember seeing a worse performance on a football field than watching North play against Brisbane. No offense to North fans, but you know, they were waltzing out of a clearance with no pressure, and they were hitting targets inside 50 all alone, no one within 10 meters of them, of the forward. And yeah, it happened. They scored 150, 160 points on North. So Hall had a lot of clangers as well. So his dream team last week was like 90, scored 120 Supercoach. Dream team was 86 this week. 70 Supercoach. So, and Hall's like a pod as well. So hopefully he bounces back. Sydney away is a tough matchup. What was that other trade? I can't even remember. Oh, he brought in Cripps for somebody. I can't remember who. I don't remember. Oh, Berry. Brought in Cripps for Berry. So I think Berry had an easy kill versus North. Probably should have held Berry another week, but I just thought his role wasn't great. He looks really, really bad, but he's still cheap and can make money. So I actually doubt he's best. I think he will be best 22, but he's not really playing like a best 22 player. I think his disposal's awful, makes some silly, clumsy errors, but still early in the season. He's had injuries and stuff, so maybe he's just working his way into it. But yeah, I felt okay trading him out. I know the ceiling's there with him, but I don't know, just fails the eye test miserably, to be honest. But yeah, he's still cheap, so fine to hold. So yeah, just didn't work out this week. A lot of whinging. I think we'll start talking about the team now. But I'm not like super down on the team. I think it's okay. Just had a rough start. So Aaron Hall, just spoke about him. Just clangers, and I think Zeeble and Luke McDonald scored very poorly as well. So just they could not control the ball at all. At the moment they exited out of the back half, they turned it over just about every time. It was just a disaster of a game for North. Hopefully it's not a sign of things to come, because their fixture is really, really bad the next few weeks, but we'll see how we go. Jaden Short was good today. Yeah, he's he even took some intercepts, I think, which was good. It doesn't take a whole lot of intercepts. Looks like he's a lock for top 6, so yeah, playing really well this year. Jack Crisp. So I was speaking to this with JD. I found some stats. Out of 47 center clearances in the first 3 weeks that he's attended, he's got 2 center clearances. And that was kind of why we were complaining about Crisp in round 1. We were just thinking, why did we pick this player? But look, he still scored 85, salvaged a score at the end, a few tackles in clutch time. So he's going to be frustrating. Honestly, I'm expecting 90 to 95 from Crisp. We'll assess him at the bye. Nothing we can do now. We've overtraded. We can't be trading more premiums. So that's just have to deal with it. Maybe he's really good, but yeah, I think in the third quarter he struggled to find the ball because they moved him to half back, but Collingwood kicked like 9 goals in a row, so they weren't losing clearances, so he couldn't get the ball. So I think Chris will be okay. I think he'll just be slightly underwhelming, and then just deal with that. And then George Hewitt. Yeah, so lucky we started Hewitt. Brought him in within, I think, the last 4 weeks before round 1. Yeah, he's a gun. So it looks like they put Walsh and Chera a bit more on a wing than Hewitt, which was expected. That was what we were hearing out of Carlton in the preseason. Big up Riley Beveridge for predicting that. So yeah, he's if you don't have him, he's still cheap. I would still grab him. Hinge was really good. So Hinge and Dawson got some nice synergy going together, rotating halfback and wing with each other. Yeah, so I think he's a really good player. I try to tell people he's a lock for the 22. He's really good kick. Yeah, so happy with the Hinge pick. And yeah, lucky his shoulder. Got allergies at the moment, my bad. But yeah, lucky his shoulder is fine. Because I was a bit worried about it in the preseason, but he's fine. And then McCartan was good. I thought he's played better than a 61, but a few intercepts here and there, so that's fine. Gibcus was okay. Took some nice marks here and there. Doesn't do a lot, but hopefully he can get to... If he can just make 20k a week and maybe get to 300, that'd be a good win over the people that pick like a donut here. And then De Koning is, I think everyone has... They threw him forward. He looks good. I like him. I think he's a good player. It'll be a good piece for them. And then in the midfield, spoke about McRae. So really good, was on 97 at 3/4 time. Bevo played him mostly wing, a little bit half forward in the fourth quarter. I think he had 1 or 2 touches. When he plays, if he has to play off half forward, it's not the worst because he just runs straight into the midfield. Off a wing, it's a little trickier for him to score. And I think he was 50% on a wing, so... It's fine, it's McRae. I think he'll just hopefully gets the role. But if he's playing a bit more wing the next few weeks, I hope not, but I think it's on the cards. We could be looking at 100 average over the next few weeks and then wait for the bounce back. for him to go back in the guts. It's just nothing we can do about it now. Just just maybe not put the C on him for short term. Still think he'll be fine. And plays Richmond. Still could be an okay option, but we'll see. Lockie Neal. Fortunately, Neal didn't destroy North, so they sent Turner to him to tag. I can't recall Turner ever tagging someone effectively, so fortunately for us, he rolled his ankle, because a lot of people had, I don't want to say fortunately, he got injured, that's not nice, but yeah, a lot of people captain Neal. We could have been punished further for this Took C. So, did I even speak about Took? Yeah, so, touch on Took. Got tagged. So, when you think of Took, you think he's a running machine, he's untaggable. You know, people have tried to tag him before, it's never worked. De Boer was on him a little bit, but I think it was Lockie Ash that did the main job. So he got double tagged basically, and Lockie Ash really frustrated him at stoppage. You know, when Took got whenever he got a possession at stoppage, he was being hugged by Ash basically. So yeah, rough game, bad captain. Yeah, I just didn't see didn't see it coming. The tag, I should have seen it, because I didn't think De Boer could tag as effectively anymore. It's getting on a bit. They're playing him more half forward. But yeah, I forgot that they used Ash as a tagger once or twice last year. Maybe we don't captain players when they play GWS anymore. I think that was just completely overlooked it. But yeah, learn from that. And then brought in Cripps. I think he's 140 dream team. He has a few. If he can cut out the clangers out of his game, I think he can go 130 again. The way he's going, but yeah, it's just a few clangers here and there, a little bit unfortunate. But that's fine. I think you needed to have Cripps, and we got him in, found a way. Unfortunately, I think we hurt the team by doing so, but it's fine. And Pat Lip 104. So I got scaled. Yeah, weekend wasn't going great. They scaled him down 9 points. It's only 9 points, but it's whatever. But Lip was good for the first 3 quarters, playing mostly half forward. He starts half forward, then he pushes straight up into the midfield. So he's still majority mid. 7 CBAs. I think he's a really strong chance to be a forward, which would be a great result for us, because I think he'll be a top 10 forward. Maybe not top 6, but I think he'll be top 10, which I think is worth keeping. So with Lip, he's really good offensive midfielder. I think he puts himself in good positions, like forward of the ball, can be damaging, good disposal. But, when I read about Dog supporters, a lot of them were quite negative on Lipinski, and the criticism of Lipinski was when the heat is on, his contested game is diminishes, and his tackling is not good. He's not hard enough in the contest. And I like Lip, and it's still early in his career. That's what I saw in the fourth quarter. I think he had about, he wasn't tackling hard enough. He was getting fended off too easily. Wasn't sticking his tackles, and was a bit more uncontested in the fourth quarter. So, I don't think that really means much for Supercoach, but I guess those were the concerns with the Bulldogs. And that's kind of what I saw as to why possibly that he didn't get games at the Dogs. But of course, Dogs, it's like nearly impossible to get a game as a midfielder if you're at the Dogs. So, yeah, but nonetheless, I think it's encouraged. Probably, got scaled down really hard, but encouraging performance from him. And could have kicked 2 or 3 goals, to be honest. Was in good positions for some get receives to kick a goal. But look, I'm happy with the pick. It's kind of our pod. It's not going to hurt you if you don't have him, and if you do have him, then you just hope he keeps it up. So see how we go. And yeah, Matt Rowell, lots of tackles. Yeah, no outside game at all. Not great, but good for Supercoach, so that's fine. Horn Francis did his best. Yeah, one of the better players for North. And then Dacos was really good. Now Dacos, this is why I didn't understand. Look, I'm not a draft expert at all, but he's a goal-kicking midfielder. Why are they not using him more forward? They used him more forward this week, or like mid and forward. So they did use him more forward this week. I think he kicked 1 or 2 goals, set up a few as well. So, yeah, I think they're using him a bit better now. While he's, obviously he's going to be a gun at halfback too, but I think he's a bit more damaging off, forward half. So I hope that means we still get him as a defender, because I did see him a little bit in defense, but I definitely saw him more forward. So I don't know if he gets defender status anymore. Depending on the next 2 games, we'll see. And then our bench, Dill Stevens, not good. Hopefully he doesn't get dropped because McInerney's coming in, but we'll see. Josh Ward played really good for about 15 minutes in the second quarter. I don't think he did much else. So again, against the Carlton midfield, it's rough. Hold the faith with Ward. I think he'll come good. I think we've been saying that for 3 weeks now, but I think he will. Connor McDonald's really good. Set up a few nice goals. Good kick as well. So I like him. I think he's been a great pick by Hawthorn. And our ruck line. So yeah, we're playing Russian roulette here, honestly. Grundy, not going to reach those heights, I don't think. But yeah, I think he'll still be top 2, top 3 ruckman, so it's fine. And then we ran Hayes and Dixon. So Dixon, we're planning on moving on to Bruce, but I think he's going to make some decent cash. So not really interested in trading Dixon. I think he's probably ahead of Bailey Williams, but depends on what the coach thinks. Thought he was good today. And then Jack Hayes was okay for parts of the third quarter, and other than that, kicked the goal late. Didn't do a whole lot. I don't know if he plays next week. I think we do have 100k for Bruce if required. I think it's a player we have to make and take the durability risk. I've already took the durability risk with Hull, which is not great. But yeah, I think it's. I still feel it was the right thing to trade to cash in Gorn to fund, Cripps and try and compete with English and Wits people with Bruce. So to me, it was the right play. Is it the right play long term? We'll see. But yeah, then the forward line, Dunk's unreal as usual. Heaney 88. Heaney had a few errors early. He looked a little off early, but worked his way into the game, so that's all right. He plays North next week. I think expecting a big one from Isaac next week. And then Butters was down. I guess this is what happened last year with Butters. He does have these down games. Hopefully he can bounce back, though. He should be able to. Cogs against very helpless tagged, with Took tagged and Rao just doing on the inside stuff. I think the Gold Coast struggled a bit and Cogs took full advantage and played unreal. So it was really good to see. I'm really happy for Cogs. I feel sorry for him. I shouldn't really feel sorry for someone that's on as much money as he is, but I think it's been a rough. He works really hard. It's been a rough 2 years for him, but yeah, happy to see him play well. I do love watching Cogs, but when he's on, so yeah, good to see Cogs back. Cherry was solid in the ruck. I think this is 81. I think that's about 85. I think that's what he'll average. And yeah, Rochelle over Martin, just another one that stings a bit. But yeah, Rochelle and McRae both gave away a 50 right at the death of the game. I think McRae only lost like 5 or 6 points. Rochelle lost he was on 50 and he scaled down to 36, so not nice. But is what it is. So that's the team. That's how we'll line up next week. If somebody gets dropped, we might just make the Bruce move because we can DPP. We got Rochelle. If Stevens gets dropped, or I like to hold Stevens because I think he'll come back and make more money. But we might need more points from Bruce this week. He plays Darcy and Meek. I think I should probably just run this setup again. Hopefully Hayes gets named. Just cop a 50, hopefully, from Hayes again. And then get Bruce next week. Just make sure things are all okay with Bruce. And then it's only 2 weeks till we can put Cherry at R2 if required. So we'll see how we go. So I think the team's okay. The rank is atrocious. But it's okay. I think we've left too many points off the table in the first few weeks to make a really run at a high rank. But we'll just be climbing an uphill battle from here and see how we go. But if you're doing really well, that's great. Let me know how you went, and leave a question below and I'll do my best to answer them, and we'll see how we go. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys soon.